algebraic tiles. Now, in this case, we are going to use only one tile, the either 1 or -1 tile. That is one tile. So it has two faces, the one side and the -1 side. That's what we are going to use. So in this, our first case, we are going to look at 2.1, that is addition of integers. So let's add the following. For example, number 1, we have 3, which is positive, plus -4. We get the 3, which is this, and then we add the -4. This is -4. As you can see here, that's -4. Now, what we know is that we already know that every positive integer cancels out an equal but negative integer. So equal and opposite, they cancel out. So this red, this yellow, +1 and this -1, they cancel out. This yellow positive cancels out with this negative. And then this yellow positive cancels out with this 1 negative. So that means we remain with our answer as 1 negative. So 3 plus -4 gives you a -1. Let's look at number 2. We have -7 plus 4. So we first of all get the -7, which is this -7, and then we can add the 4, which is positive here. Now, when you look at them, remember each -1 tile cancels out, or each negative face cancels out with a positive face. So let's have this and this, they cancel out. This and this, they cancel out. This and this, they cancel out. Then this and this, let's say this and this, they cancel out. So we remain with an answer which is -3. That is number 2. Number 3, we have -5 plus +2 plus -3. So we are going to have a -5, which is that, and then we add +2, which is this. Oh, sorry, let's add the fifth one. So the fifth is here. These are -5 plus -2, and then we can add -3 lastly here. This one, -3. So this one cancels with that. This cancels with that. And this makes our final answer to be a -6. So that means -5 plus +2 plus -3, it gives you -6 in the end as an answer. So let's look at number 4. We have -5 plus -3 plus 7. So let's start with -5, which is that, -5 plus -3, which is this, and then we add -7. So the -7 is this, as you see it. So that is -7. Now we are going to start crossing out or cancelling out equal and opposite tiles. So this is one, it can go with this. It cancels. This cancels with that. Cancel out this and this. 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 Cancel out, and then this and this. Cancel out. Finally, we are remaining with a -1. So -5 plus -3 plus +7, the remainder is -1. As you see, it is red. Now, pause the video and try activity 2.1. We have 5 numbers. Use your tiles physically, work out, and then see the answers you are going to get. Thank you. We are now continuing with subtraction of integers. That is what we are going to look at now. So let's subtract the following. Number 1, we have 5, which is positive, and then we subtract 3. So this is the 5, but out of the 5, we subtract or less 3. That 3 goes away. The balance here remains as 2, positive. Now, let's look at 4. 4, that's the second step. This is 4 minus 7. Now, when we say minus 7, we have 7 here, but we have to subtract it. There is one thing which you should understand. When subtracting a number, it is the same as adding its opposite. So subtracting a 7 is the same as adding a -7. So this is what we are having. This 7, because of this minus, becomes red, meaning it is a negative. So we start this one with this one and that, this one and that, this and that. So they die away. Meaning we now have 4 minus 7 remaining an answer which is 3, negative. Now let's look at -5 minus 6. So it is a -5, -5 here, then minus 6. Yes, we can have the 6 here, minus 6. Yes, we can have the 6 here, but this 6, we are subtracting it. We are subtracting a 6. That means this is the same as adding a -6. So we are going to have this one becoming a negative instead of a positive, because we are subtracting a positive. It is the same as adding a negative. So we have added this negative. So the answer finally becomes, let's see, our final answer. Let's rearrange it to have some space for this number 4. Okay, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So -5 minus +6 gives you -11. Now let's move on to the final answer. Final question number 4. We have -3, which is this, minus a -8, minus negative 8, let's wait a little bit, minus negative 8. But since we are subtracting this 8, we are subtracting a negative. That means it changes its sign and we add it. So it becomes plus an 8. Because it was negative 8, since we are subtracting it, it becomes positive 8. So that means now minus negative 8 becomes positive 8 because we are subtracting a negative. So subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive. Now minus 4. So this is the 4 which we want to subtract. Minus. Now this one has to change because it is a minus. It goes to a minus 4. So that is how it comes out. Now let's balance it off. This one goes with this, this one goes with this, this one goes with that, this one goes with this, red and yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. All that one goes. It means our final answer is positive 1. Final answer is positive 1 in this case. So it is negative 3 minus negative 8 minus 4. It gives you a positive 1 as the final answer. Pause the video and try. Activity 2.2. It has 3 questions. Try that as we move on to the next step.